This tutorial covers concentration calculations where you need to calculate the volume which contains a certain number of moles or mass given its concentration and formulae. The example questions covered are shown below. What volume in centimeters cubed of a 0.1 mole per decimeter cubed solution of potassium hydroxide contains 0.03 moles of potassium hydroxide? Firstly, write down the equations which you know. Secondly, identify what you already know from the information given in the question, what you might be able to also calculate given a periodic table, and finally, what you're not sure of and the question asks you to calculate. So the question gives us the concentration. It also gives us the number of moles of potassium hydroxide. It also doesn't give us, but we can calculate using the periodic table, the mass of 1 mole of potassium hydroxide, and it asks us to calculate the volume. So the equation on the left, we have your concentration and the number of moles. So from these we can work out the volume of a 0.1 mole per decimeter cubed solution which contains 0.03 moles. We need to rearrange this equation to say volume is equal to moles divided by concentration. 0.03 moles divided by 0.1 gives us 0.3 decimeters cubed. The question has asked for volume in centimeters cubed, so we need to multiply that by 1000 to obtain a final volume of 300 centimeters cubed. The next question looks very similar to the last question, apart from instead of a number of moles of potassium hydroxide, it gives us the fact we have 2.8 grams of potassium hydroxide. Last time round, I bet you almost forgot to convert the final volume in decimeters cubed to centimeters cubed. So this time round, we'll highlight it in the question so that hopefully you don't forget. Stage 1, write down all the equations you know. By the way, for this question, you should see if you can do it all on your own. So we have concentration is equal to moles over volume in decimeters cubed, and we have moles is equal to mass of solid divided by mass of 1 mole. Stage 2 is identify what we know in the equations. We know the concentration. We also know the mass of solid, also being given the mass of 1 mole. What we don't know is the volume, and we don't know the number of moles. So at this moment in time, we can't actually calculate the volume, but if we use this equation on the right, we can calculate the number of moles present, and then use the answer to that in the second equation. We now need to write down our equations, rearranged if necessary, and put the values in. So stage 1, we need to use this equation and say the number of moles present will be equal to the mass of solid, 2.8 grams, divided by the mass of 1 mole, 56 grams, giving us 0.05 moles of potassium hydroxide present. We now have to use this second equation, the one on the left, rearranged. Volume is equal to moles divided by concentration, so 0.05 divided by 0.2, 0.25 decimeters cubed. But we still have one more thing to do. In the question, we highlighted centimeters cubed, which are the units which are required for the answer. So to convert 0.25 decimeters cubed to centimeters cubed, we need to multiply by 1000, giving us a total volume of 250 centimeters cubed.